Yeah, it's been frustrating with the injuries, and we feel like they've piled up on us here just in the last 2 weeks. With Jaden and now with Charlie and with Corey Collins and with Fernando and Parks. He's really fighting. I mean, he's playing through a lot right now, and people need to understand that he is fighting. He wants to play for his team, and we've got guys that are banged up and injured. But when something like that happens, someone has to step up. It's just the next guy, and that's what Jarvis did. And for him to be standing on the rail, and all of a sudden, hey, Jarvis, go get loose. In the first inning, I mean, he probably just got settled in. Just got his cup of Powerade and a core, and a Cliff Bar, and now all of a sudden you're going into the game. So it's really tough to do. He threw 57 pitches on Tuesday. And so I was thinking, okay, maybe 3 innings. Let's try to piece this thing together. And he goes out there and almost gives us 6, and just as good an effort as you'll see out of a freshman under those circumstances.
Was he the only thought of who the folks put out there at that time?
That's who I went out there to check on Charlie. And our trainer immediately, and Charlie was like, let me try to throw a pitch. He felt a pop. We don't think it's bad, but the hamstrings are hamstrings, so it's at least a week, we think. But that was my thought. Jarvis and I looked into Coach Kenny, and I kind of did this, and he hit the left arm, and he's the lefty that's available today. So yeah, we were both on the same page that it was going to be Jarvis, and because we had talked about possibly him jumping in the rotation next week. Just because he's thrown so well. And this week to throw like he did on Tuesday, to come back and throw like he did today, I mean, I think he's going to be freshman of the week. There's no question about it.
Chandler Morris, too. I mean, what he did today. I mean, he walked the one guy there walking the run, but then he planted that pitch well. He's catching a while.
I think that might be the best outing of his career. He's got great stuff. He's probably got the best stuff on our team. He's been up to 99, but today it was 95 to 97. And that breaking ball is such a difference maker, off that fastball. And he was able to command it today. And again, he walks the first guy on 4 pitches. Oh no! And he's had some. You look at his stats. He's had some problems walking guys, and he showed a lot of toughness. Getting out of that, and we were thinking get out of that inning, maybe one more, and then go Leighton Finley for 2. But he was so good. In the 7th, we put him back out there for the 8th, and he was great. So Jarvis, Chandler both stepped up. Leighton Finley, overcame the first play. I think we should have gotten out there, and we don't. But he overcomes it, and it's a big win for us.
You mentioned Parks, playing through it. And the team, though, right? They kind of, like you said, all the injuries kind of muscling through it right now. It happens like they did today. What does that say about the team?
This is a tough team. This is a really, really tough team, and it's tough to watch sometimes too, just because it's never boring, that's for sure. And we've lost some games like that early in the year. We're losing that game. We'll find a way to lose that game, and we're starting to win now. I think we're 8-5 out of our last 13 in the SEC. So I'll put that up with just about anybody in the league right now. The last 13, we're playing a lot better. We still dug that big hole for ourselves. We're still trying to climb out of it, but we're playing better baseball. We're banged up. But it doesn't matter. No one feels sorry for you in this league. We just got to overcome it and try to win a series tomorrow.
Liam good for tomorrow?
We think so. We'll name that later tonight probably, or maybe let him sleep on it. But he was bouncing around good today, and I asked him at breakfast, feeling good. He's like, yeah. And just kind of shrugging his shoulders, like, why do you keep asking that, Coach? Well, obvious why. But I feel pretty good that he's going to start. We'll announce that later.
Any more info on Fernando? I know what you said last night about it.
He's going to be out for the week. He wanted to hit today, so I kept him out as the DH today just to let it settle and see how it feels. And so he may DH tomorrow. We'll just wait and see. But he wanted to hit today, and then I just talked with the trainer and Zach Adams, and he said, let's take today off. And we're all agreed that he was available to pinch hit. He was on the card if we needed him. But bottom line is he wants to play, so he might be able to DH tomorrow.
A lot of swing and miss from Jarvis on fastballs up. Is that just a matter of the ride he's able to get on that pitch?
Well, I'm just glad he's starting to do it to other people, because he does it us in our squad all the time. He led our team in strikeouts in the fall. He had more strikeouts than any pitcher that we had in the fall, and he was getting strikeouts on that ride, that high fastball. And it's up to 90. It was mostly 88, 89 today, but up to 90. But the breaking ball is good, and the changeup is really good. And so all of a sudden you start thinking about that changeup, and he sneaks that fastball by, and he's got a good reach. He gets out there. He's long and athletic, and he's confident. So for him to do what he's been doing here the last 4 outings or so, It's pretty special because the year did not start off well for him. He was not in a good place about a month and a half ago, and I give him a lot of credit, just taking a step back, taking a breath. His parents are really supportive of him. He got a lot of support amongst his teammates and the coaching staff, and just really proud of Jarvis to overcome where he was. It's tough being a freshman in this league, and he's overcome it, and he's put himself in a really good spot, and I'm glad he's on our team.
I mean, I asked him about it too, like with the changeup. I mean, going left on left to a hitter as good as Blake Burke. I mean, that's for a freshman. That's pretty rare feel for a changeup.
Yeah, no question about it. And again, that's a guy that's a Division I quarterback prospect.
Yeah.
When he was a junior in high school, he had Division I offers as a quarterback. So when you're that kind of an athlete, that means you've got a lot of feel, and he does. He's got a lot of feel out there. And his motor's so slow. It's just, and it's a good thing. It just kind of revs slow. He doesn't get too emotional. He doesn't get too up or down. And if you're going wrong, sometimes you're like, hey, you need to pick it up a little bit. But when you're going good, it's a very level heartbeat. It reminds me a little bit of Kevin Smith that we had here a couple years ago. Really good lefty that just kind of flatline out there. And Jarvis controls his emotions. And when you mix that with good athleticism and good feel and just some aggressiveness and competitiveness, that's a pretty good mix.